The American obsession with protein has taken on a life of its own, morphing from a legitimate nutritional focus into a full-blown marketing phenomenon that borders on the absurd. Fueled by gym culture, TikTok trends, and a cultural fixation on aesthetics and performance, protein has become the star of a multi-billion-dollar industrial show, appearing in products that would have been unthinkable just a decade ago. Candy, soda, chips, water, even colostrum source protein powders from postpartum cows. While the surface message seems empowering, fuel your body, build muscle, stay strong, the deeper consequences of this protein overload trend are far more concerning, both nutritionally and ethically. Consumers like Morgan Gates, who eats 6 eggs for breakfast and a pound of red meat for dinner, represent the new ideal of aggressive protein loading, believing that everything else can be half-assed as long as protein is prioritized. But this tunnel vision misses critical nuances in how the body actually works. Protein is indeed essential, but it's just one piece of a complex dietary puzzle. Overconsumption, particularly from hyperprocessed sources, can tax the kidneys, overload the liver, and disrupt cardiovascular function. It's not just overkill, it's potentially dangerous. One of the most troubling aspects of the protein craze is how it's masquerading processed junk food as health food. Snack brands boast about grams of protein like it's a moral badge. Candy companies now tout protein content as justification for indulgence. Ice cream is marketed as a post-workout treat because it's packed with whey. These products might offer 20 or 30 grams of protein per serving, but they often also come loaded with emulsifiers, synthetic sweeteners, gums, and flavorings that can wreak havoc on gut health, metabolism, and inflammation levels over time. It's a bait-and-switch game. Add protein, slap on health claims, and profit off the illusion of wellness. This trend isn't just misleading, it's deeply manipulative. As Americans try to take control of their health, the food industry floods the market with ultra-processed, pseudo-functional foods that exploit their good intentions. Many of these high-protein snacks are nothing more than dressed-up versions of candy bars or salty chips, redesigned to look fit for gym-goers. The idea is simple. Take something unhealthy, inject protein, and suddenly it's rebranded as fuel. But the body knows better than a marketing campaign. It knows when it's being fed synthetic, low-fiber, high-additive sludge disguised as strength. Experts are sounding the alarm, but the noise of social media and consumer demand is drowning them out. Researchers like Dr. Bettina Mittendorfer have shown that excess intake of certain amino acids, the building blocks of protein, can actually increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. Her research found that simply shoehorning extra protein into everyday foods, like pasta sauces and soups, created health risks that weren't present when protein was consumed through whole, unprocessed sources. Yet her findings are rarely the ones going viral on TikTok. Instead, it's protein-laced soda, diet hack ice cream, and gym bros chugging colostrum smoothies. This colostrum trend deserves scrutiny all its own. Touted as a God-given elixir by influencers like the Neilmans of Ballerina Farm, bovine colostrum is now being processed and flavored into mass-market protein powder. Colostrum is biologically designed to nourish newborn calves with immunoglobulins and growth factors. That it's being harvested, flavored, and sold to humans for profit raises ethical questions that go beyond dietary choices. Are we now extracting maternal nourishment from animals to satisfy a wellness fantasy? Even if farmers leave enough for the calves, a claim that's impossible to verify at scale, it's hard not to see this as a commodification of maternal biology for vanity and profit. More importantly, Americans aren't even lacking in protein. Most adults already exceed their daily protein needs, which is roughly 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight. For the average 150-pound person, that's about 54 grams per day, easily attainable through a balanced diet of eggs, chicken, yogurt, and legumes. But the marketing narrative insists we need more. More protein has become a solution to everything: weight loss, aging, muscle gain, energy. It's oversold as a miracle nutrient, despite the fact that other areas, like fiber intake, are where Americans truly fall short. But fiber doesn't make headlines. No one's lining up for Metamucil-flavored cupcakes or kale candy. So the food industry ignores fiber and doubles down on protein because that's what sells. Social media trends have added gasoline to this fire. TikTok influencers promote bizarre high-protein concoctions like protein Diet Coke, while shows like The White Lotus turn protein shakes into plot devices. Even satire can't keep up with reality. When the line between health-conscious and disordered eating becomes this blurry, we have to ask, is this about nutrition or control? Is protein being used as a cover for a deeper anxiety about bodies, identity, and worth? The cult of protein is no longer about health. It's about branding, identity, and influence. It's about fitting a certain aesthetic, performing discipline, and consuming products that signal you're part of the wellness elite. But the science is lagging far behind the hype, and the health consequences of this trend are still playing out. As more people down protein-enriched soda, candy, and cereal in search of strength and longevity, they may be unknowingly compromising the very systems they hope to protect: their hearts, their kidneys, their digestive tracts, and their overall balance. True health doesn't come from cramming protein into every product or turning every snack into a supplement. It comes from moderation, whole foods, and an honest relationship with nourishment. The further we drift from that truth, the more vulnerable we become to the industry selling us shortcuts. The protein gold rush is in full swing, but it may leave behind a trail of compromised health, misleading narratives, and unmet promises. It's time to take a critical step back and ask, is all this protein really making us stronger or just more easily manipulated?